Hello. Good morning. Oh, I've just got to turn this off. How's it going? It's Thursday. It's Thursday, April 23rd. Welcome to Darkshed Live. I hope you're all doing well. It's cup of tea break time, 11 AM Thursdays. This is where you'll find me. I'm trying to stream over to Twitch as well. Apparently that's quite a trendy place to stream to, so I'm giving that a go. But YouTube, if that's where you're watching me, this is going to be my kind of main base. I'm just testing streaming to multiple platforms at once. Tied in with that, I'm having some audio difficulties at the moment, so please let me know if you have any problems. Let's see where we're at. So last week I picked an image from a contact sheet. Here's the contact sheet. Went through the process of which images to pick, and then selected one and did some test strips, which I failed at miserably because I was using the paper upside down, and then created a first test print, which, as you can see, I did on fibre paper and it's curled because I didn't attempt to flatten it at all because it's just a test strip. I will be continuing with that at some point. Unfortunately, I've had to stop working on that at the moment because I've had something else crop up this week, taking a day or two off as well, just to try and relax a bit. So I thought I'd talk you through a project I was working on before lockdown, which is kind of what I've been working on this weekend, what I've got to continue to work on at the moment. Morning, Mark. How's it going? Hope you're okay. Did I send you some film? Have you received it yet? Because a few people have been in touch saying they haven't got their expired film yet. Hopefully you have. Anyway, anybody else out there that hasn't received theirs yet, please get in touch, and we'll try and sort something out. I know there are delays with the post at the moment. Like personally, I've had like a week delay to something that I've ordered and it turned up yesterday. So just stay in touch, let me know what's going on. So this is what I was working on before lockdown happened, and that is a massive mural print. Oh, the thing is now, I'm going to use my audio off my desktop, you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. But to try and give you a sense of scale, here are my hands. That print it was created from a camera obscura, which I set up in this building here. So this is a building called the Row. Top floor, top 3 floors in fact, is an art space in Coventry. It used to be like an NHS building. In the very top right hand corner is the ring that I converted into a camera obscura. So it started by blacking all the windows out. Mark's just got in touch, not arrived yet, the post is slow. Yeah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So if it's another 6 months before it arrives, just to add a bit more grain to it. Hopefully it will arrive soon. In some ways it's good to hear that you haven't received yours either, because that means everybody's in the same boat. I have heard from one person that they've got theirs. Very bizarre. Anyway, so blacked out all the rooms. This was mainly done with bin liners and what's that? It's like thick plastic sheeting you get for it's called. Anyway, it's quite dense stuff that you can overlay, and I just taped it all up using gaff tapes to the windows. So I blocked out all the lights and turned it into a dark room. So this enabled me to then set up a lens, cut out a hole in the plastic. Morning, Alex. Great to see you. Alex also hasn't received his. Everyone's in the same boat. Today's the day. Today is the day. Fingers crossed. Let me know if it doesn't arrive. I didn't put track. I only sent them second class, just to save on postage costs. So there's no tracking or anything. Hopefully they'll arrive very soon. Anyway, back to the camera obscura. This was then cut a hole out of the plastic blackout sheets and wedged one of these in. This is just the front standard of a chroma camera that Steve Lloyd very kindly put together for me with a special base on it that allowed me to attach it to a tripod head. So that was great, and then I was able to put any lenses that I wanted on that really easily, and I could kind of wedge it up against the window to reduce any glare. And then that projected out onto a huge board, so I was able to see the image that was created. I tried out loads of different lenses, I tried pinholes, and just to see what images I liked. I tried cutting different holes in different places, pointing at very slightly different angles to try and just get different views. So that was the result of that. And then I did loads of different tests for creating prints. Let's just bring up this one actually. So that was kind of like the grand finale. Massive print. But prior to that, I did lots of smaller prints. Experimenting with different techniques, basically. Also, you can see some of these are colour. So they were done with an RA-4 reversal process, which is where you expose onto RA-4 paper, colour paper, which normally you use a negative to project onto, and then you do a reversal process. So you put the paper through a black and white developer first, then you expose it to light, and then you put it through the colour chemicals. And it's an incredibly finicky process. Tried out those different filters. It's very, like, the temperature of the chemicals really affects it as well, how long you expose it to the light for, and the reversal. There's loads of variables there that affect the output. I got a couple of images that I was really pleased with. It's certainly something I'm going to pursue. But I've done some tests before in the studio with it, and yeah, it just requires more experimentation, I think. I guess so the final thing I did was to create this Mural prints, which I've got these troughs I handmade. Probably can't hear me very well because I keep walking away from the camera. That I roll the paper through into the developers, and then from that I then created a positive. You can see it on the back wall. So that was a contact print with the paper negative that's created. I then wet that, plastered another piece of photo paper underneath it, fired a flash on top, and then developed that to create a positive image, which I then cut down and framed. I don't really like that presentation of it. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, I don't really like that. The way it's presented, really, it seems to lose its I don't know, the impact that it's all kind of completely handmade. So I think going forward, I'll probably create something that's, I don't know, just tear the edges of the paper or something, or try and create like black markings around the edge, because I want to really show the scale and the handmade element to these prints. Quick question from Alex: can you contact print paper negatives to create a positive? Yes, yeah, you can. there's like a good 20-30 second delay, I've realised, between streaming and what you see. So what I'm saying and what you see is like it's good 20-30 seconds, so there's a bit of a delay sometimes. Contact printing paper negatives are great fun because it's a lot cheaper than film. ISO is a lot lower. Like that, this one here, using the camera obscura, the exposure time is 15 minutes. In fact, I think this one was closer to 30. I did one that was like 15 minutes. So it's a different material to expose to. But then yeah, you can create contact prints on this scale. I have to wet it to try and create, like, to make good contact between the two. If you're using smaller sizes, like say you're doing large format 4x5 or 8x10, you can do the same as with negatives and just use a piece of glass and put them next to each other and use any light source to create a contact print. So yeah, there's just a bit of a behind the scenes look at something I'm working on at the moment, various different processes and subjects I've actually done. So that was the first one I did. And then must remember you can't hear me. I was very fortunate I got access to another building commentary and did another large obscura. This was literally 2 weeks before lockdown. I did this one. And my mission at the moment is to create the contact print from them. So yeah, it's got this, as you can imagine, it's a very demanding process. Working on that scale, particularly by yourself, it's time consuming, it's draining, like it's quite expensive as well per print, so you kind of make sure everything's set up correctly. Mark's coming with a question. The RA-4 reversal has a look at the classic cyberchrome pinhole work, right? And right, I don't know Anwright's work. I will have to check that out. Cyberchrome was Elf Chrome was the same process, but they just bought the name, didn't they? I believe that was it's a different process. It's a dye process, whereas this is a chemical reversal process. I'm not too hot on the technicalities of how all that works. I just experiment with these things until I start to get results. But no, you can't get that those chemicals anymore for that paper. You can't even get that paper anymore. So this is the only way I know of trying to create a positive colour wet print from a colour source. So ultimately I'm going to be trying this with slide film as well. So you've got more control, especially if I put that in a larger, I can use the filters to control the colour balance and then just focus on the chemical process to try and get that right. And trying to do it at room temperature as well, because colour chemicals obviously you need to be at 38 degrees. So that's one challenge, because I want to be able to do this on site where I've got no control over the temperature. Alex question, to focus obscura, do you move the paper around instead of the lens then? Yes, you do. So let's just bring up the images. So this is my easel setup, and as you can see I had a huge sort of 4x8 board which was sat on a bench and then clamped to two stands either side, and it was very approximate, like moving it backwards and forwards on each side. It's not a perfect process. Like, I'm sure there are ways of, if you spent a long time perfecting it. The lens I use as well is just like a plastic lens. It's like 2000mm plastic lens that I got off a camera obscura website, and it costs like 16 quid. So the quality is never going to be amazing, but that's not what I'm really interested in. I actually quite like the aesthetic from that. I'm sure there are ways of achieving perfection with this, but it's not really what I'm after with it, like technical perfection. I'm very much interested in just like the process of it all, and turning spaces into cameras and developing and printing in that space all in one go. So there we go. I think that's where I'm going to leave it today, because like I say, I've got to crack on with this project now and actually create some contact prints from that massive paper negative. So I we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for washing. Thank you for washing. It's essential. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe on the YouTube channel, like it, all that sort of jazz. If you've got any questions, Darkshed Live over on Twitter. And I will see you, I think on Sunday I'm going to go back to that print again, because I'm itching to crack on with it. So I'll probably pack all this down and get on with that print again. So yeah, hopefully see you on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Take care and see you all soon. Bye.